Hello, and welcome back to Bravely Default 2 with Wraith and Shade. I'm Wraith. Say hello, Shade.
Hello, Shade.
And we are about to delve into this abandoned house to look for the fiends who have kidnapped and are holding
So what's the
Princess
plan?
Gloria hostage.
Princess Gloria's being held hostage, right?
Indeed she is, fair maiden. 'Twill be necessary for me to enter alone and begin negotiations, lest the brigands suspect foul play. However, at a suitable juncture, I shall create a distraction, allowing your merry band to swoop in and rescue Her Highness.
A distraction, eh? And how do you plan to do that?
With this, 'tis a sorcerer's stone that upon firm impact emits a most dazzling light. I shall cry out, "By the light of the sun, and by these words shalt thou know to enter." The princess knoweth well this phrase. 'Tis one we have long since settled upon, and by it shall know to close our eyes full tight.
Nice. So we just wait for the signal when it's go time, right?
Precisely. I shall be counting.
Works for me.
Feeling this isn't going to go exactly as planned.
Praise for the princess. Are you going to voice act for us again? You're much better at it than I am.
Thou seemst somewhat anxious, lad. 'Twere better thou wert calm. Vexation doth dull the sword arm, after all. I know. Fret not unduly, Princess Gloria's account. Her Highness is a good deal haughtier than she might first seem. 'Twas e'er thus. Why, I remember when she was but 5 years old. Zephyr, a fine steed for whom the princess had developed a surpassing fondness, lay ready to breathe her last. Ah, she was a wondrous creature, as gentle as the breeze for which she was named. And she died just in the manner she had lived, simply closed her eyes and made as if to sleep. The princess, who had attended to every moment of her dear friend's passing, spake such fine words when the moment came at last. Enjoy your rest, Zephyr, and do not worry about us. We will miss you, but we will always treasure your memory. For one so young to put her companion's feeling before her own in such a manner. Wow, she was really just 5? Indeed she was. At first I thought perhaps she knew not what it was to die. But no, soon enough she set about weeping. She knew right enough, knew all too well. It was at that moment I saw for the first time what a kind heart she possessed. So precious must be kept from harm at all costs. Don't worry, we'll get her out of there, you'll see. We will indeed, lad. By the sacred oath I made as her servant to protect her.
Come back here, Mageling. I want to kill you. Actually, I want the items that I can get while I'm killing you.
Okay, what's the plan? What's next, I wonder? That was a piece of cake. It's nothing I don't deserve.
And then let's come back for this treasure chest we passed. I do like the Divining Rod ability. For those who are unaware, maybe you didn't see the last video, the Divining Rod ability is the reason that I have the little thing in the lower right that shows how many chests are in the area.
Very handy.
Very handy indeed. Gives me a good idea of what still needs to be explored. Elvis learns lunar powered. Good. Oh, actually, that reminds me. I've got some JP orbs, yes? Yes, I do. Now, I think... jobs, 14, 26, 26. No. I am off. Normally, by just adding a couple of small JP orbs, I get Seth up to within 3 of the others. Oh well. Still, a lot closer now. I like it when people are leveling together.
Let's do this. Guess it's my turn. You rang? No standing. Thanks for bailing me out. Here I go.
Woohoo! We are good at this.
Let's see, there was not anybody in that room. Nobody in this room. Huh, there's normally somebody in this crossroads,
We've outmaneuvered.
corner, whatever.
Here I go.
One thing I've noticed is I tend to get a lot of naughty horns when I'm foraging in here, which makes me wonder if the game is trying to tell me something.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Let's strike while the iron's hot.
Here I go.
I'm up, huh?
Right. Let's see.
Too easy.
Come back here, Bronzegoyle. I just want to bash your head in.
Get stuck in.
Ooh, head bashing! As Prompto would say.
Guess it's my turn.
Here I go.
Oh, what's next? I wonder. That was a piece of cake.
So yeah, especially with the battles moving at 4 times their normal speed, the foraging doesn't slow me down too much, and comes in real handy later.
For a treat. Okay.
Because even the things that aren't useful that I pick up, I can sell for things that are useful.
Did you see that? I'm amazing.
Francisca. I should check and see if anybody wants to change their equipment.
We've outmaneuvered them.
What's the
I've started to think that
Too easy.
the game may be taking into account where you are when it's doing some of the recommended equipment changes, because I had in another playthrough, Gloria starts with your short bow, and I did the recommended equipment while we were still in here, and it swapped her out for like a dagger, I think. But then when we got into an area where there are a bunch of enemies that are weak to bows, it swapped her back to the short bow.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Of course, I didn't see if anything else changed. It's possible that she just like put on better armor and needed the weight of the short bow more than the weight of the dagger.
Possibly.
We did it, guys.
Because that's one of the reasons that a lot of the recommendations I've seen have said don't sell any equipment. Just hold on to it, because you never know when you're going to need it because of this encumbrance system.
Let's strike while the iron's hot. What's the
Guess it's my turn.
We did it, guys.
Throwing axe. So I like that they have, since enemies can be weak to certain types of weapons, I like that they have damaging items that are all the different types of weapons.
Upper hand, guys.
Sorry, what?
There was a portrait on the ground in that room with the chest. Is that anything? Or is it just...
Set dressing. You can curse me all you like, it won't affect my ability to forage.
They're wide open, get stuck in. Here I go.
This really is good music.
Sure.
Not bad, eh?
Oh, I almost got behind him.
Ha! Looks like luck's on our side.
But he had to turn at the last minute.
Guess it's my turn.
I'm up, huh?
Yeah, the one thing that is conspicuously absent from the forage loot list is Phoenix Downs. Those would be very handy to be able to get through foraging. But as it is, once I'm out of this dungeon, I sell all the sellables that I collect and buy a bunch of Phoenix Downs.
Let's do this.
I'm up, huh?
Guess it's my turn.
So, like, for instance, we can look, and those are weak against swords. I do not have a shuriken. Okay, never mind. But, yeah, you can look and see the throwing axe is an axe-type weapon, whereas the stone is just normal physical damage. There's the throwing knife, which is obviously dagger-type. There's the atlatl, which is spear-type. You've got a throwing stick for staff-type. Shurikens are sword-type.
Okay, what's the plan?
I think that's it. Oh, darts are arrows. Bow type.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
We did it, guys.
It's a handy system. Especially when you can get a bunch of enemies that are all vulnerable against the same thing.
Here I go.
Yeah.
Because all of the throwing weapons deal damage to every enemy.
Right, let's see.
You can shell all you want, we're not using magic. Oh, I thought I hit the button.
Ready, everyone?
Ooh, Freyr.
All right then.
Here I go. That felt good. Let's put the boot in.
All right then.
I'm still way too amused by Seth going Yahar every time you use an ability.
Especially when he clips over his own voice line with how fast you're going at.
Yep.
The wide open, get stuck in.
What's the
Guess it's my turn.
We did it, guys!
Oh, I have not yet. Okay, settings. There. I thought I had done that. No. There we go. Another way to help get through this all faster.
We're in for a treat. Guess it's my turn. Oh, what's next? I wonder. Right in the soft bits. No big deal.
Right in the soft bits. It's a bronze gargoyle. I don't think it has soft bits, Elvis.
That felt good.
I don't know, bronze is one of the softer metals.
True.
We've got the upper hand, guys. Guess it's my turn.
Here I go!
10.
That was a piece of cake.
Come on, keep up, everybody. Also makes it easier to chase down enemies that are running away from us if I'm running.
Here I go. Oh, what's next? I wonder. I'll drink to that.
Now don't worry, I'm not crazy. I do not do the forage spamming in boss battles. I just noticed Elvis has very dapper shoes on, doesn't he?
Too easy.
Elvis learns Fura.
Nice.
That'll come in handy. One of the bosses in this dungeon is weak against fire. The other one is weak against thunder. I don't think I'll get to Thundara.
Here I go!
Right, let's see. Did you see that? I'm amazing. Let's put the boot in.
Oh, I bet you I know why it was different. Because I had a fight where Seth was
What's next? I wonder.
job underdog, but nobody else was. So that's why it's not the same amount that it normally is for me.
Yeah.
Woohoo! We are good at this!
Still no sign of him. Where is the useless old fart?
Calm yourself, Dag. Becoming flustered at a time like this will only benefit our enemies. He almost got the better of you, it is true. But you will prevail in the end. You always do.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right.
So I am slightly amused.
The wind crystal.
At least slightly.
Unlike, so you're used to how this works from Bravely Default, right? Where basically once you defeat somebody and get their asterisks, they disappear.
Right.
There are a couple of instances in Chapter 1, one where these two come back, one where the Bard comes back after you get his asterisk.
Emotions for yourself. Does that not concern you at all?
It couldn't concern me less, you Madge. It'll take more than a couple of waves to put me off making the big bucks.
Oh, how can you possibly be so short-sighted?
And these are really handy. They are teleporters that allow you to go back to the beginning of the dungeon. So you can pop out to the field to use a tent, for instance. Speaking of, how am I doing on 11 tents, 41 potions, 39 mini ethers? We're doing good. Really, there's normally a lot more enemies in this space. Oh, there's one that just spawned.
Here I go. Right, let's see.
I love how he just healed Elvis for 500. And Elvis's max health is 399. Come on. There we go.
Looks like luck's on our side.
That's a lot of gargoyles. More time to forage. I really am slightly messed up, aren't I? Yes. I'm surprised. I thought your response was going to be slightly.
Guess it's my turn. You rang? Looks like we did it. They're wide open, get stuck in.
Here I go.
I said. Apparently I was hitting the buttons too fast.
Okay then. Right, let's see.
Because I'm doing it with just a rock of my thumb since it's from square to X for me. Or X to A, I think it is on Xbox.
Something like that.
Stuck in.
The point is, it's real easy to do.
Okay, what's the plan?
Here I go.
Looks like we did it. We've got the upper hand, guys. Guess it's my
That's a
turn.
lot of Ghost Knights.
Slow and wreck them all.
Yeah. And Elvis is doing his part.
You guys are good at this.
And you'll get rather a decent amount of forage.
Yep. And 2 chests. With a longsword and a tent. Anybody want the longsword? Okay. I've decided, especially for the recording, I'm not going to be spending a whole lot of time poring over the weapons to make sure that I'm getting the absolute most effective out of everything. I'm just going to let the recommended do its thing. We're playing on casual anyway, so...
Still standing. Okay, what's the plan?
Why did Elvis's turn bar not move at all while Adele's filled completely from 0?
Nothing has a stop effect, does it?
Not yet. I ran into my first one of those on another playthrough a little earlier. And that was in Chapter 1, so...
Guess it's my turn.
Took me a while to figure out what Disembody was doing.
I'm amazing. We've got the upper hand, guys. Okay, what's the plan?
Well, that's not good.
Okay then. You rang? I can take it. Close one, eh? That felt good.
That didn't get out of hand.
We've got the upper hand, guys. Guess it's my turn.
Alright, yep, save point. $15.10, not bad. And we're gonna save just in case. What do you think? Should I go for the early game over here?
Hear me, villains! I have brought to you the fabled jewel as requested. Now, prove that thou art as good as thy word. Allow the princess to go free.
Not until we have seen the crystal.
And that's the thing, he didn't go anywhere to grab it, so that makes me think that he had it on him the entire time.
Back, rogue. The princess.
And they were just stupid enough not to search him
First the crystal,
when they searched her.
and please do not try anything foolish. Your precious princess will only suffer all the more.
Come on, Gramps. Hand it over. Very well. The Princess Gloria! By the light of the sun! Ah, the eyes!
Go, go, go!
You okay, Gloria?
Ask questions later.
Thank you. Yes.
This way.
Run away from the mooks now.
Princess, thou art unhurt, I pray?
I'm quite all right. Thank you, Sir Sloan.
Can we leave the pleasantries for later? We need to get out of here.
See, Adele's on top of the things. Oh great, more mooks.
Really think we would not be prepared for some manner of cheap trickery? So sorry to disappoint you. And you know...
That's okay, that just means we get to kick your ass and take your asterisks. Kick your asterisk?
But that is out of the question now. You have upset us, and therefore we must teach you a lesson. A very painful lesson.
Too bloody right we must. You've half blinded me here.
Oh, for goodness sake. Pull yourself together, Dag.
I'll be right, boss. Just a bit blindsided by these Drongo's dirty tricks is all. You'll pay for that. Damn.
Dirty trick, says the guy who took a child hostage.
What the? Can it truly be?
Where am I?
You who heed my call.
Wait. That's the voice I heard after I fell into the sea.
Hear me. I am wind.
crystal? So that thing Sir Sloan was carrying is talking to me?
It is. It was I whose breath bore you to this place. But there were those who would have seen you sunk forever, who cut your life's thread short.
What? Wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me I died back there?
I am. But you are here now. Your thread retied, rewoven. My power made it so. And now it is time to choose. Embrace oblivion and allow the coming of calamity, or make a stand and fight for your survival. Should you choose the latter, you need only step into the light. If you seek the sweet release of death instead, you need only wait for it to wrap its arms around you.
So yes, I can, if I want to, just wait here for 30 seconds and game over. Unfortunately, there's not a fun cutscene to go with it, so we'll ignore that for now.
Lies, delusions, credulity, isolation, all the absurd imperfections of the human world await you. There is still time to change your mind, to forego the suffering and surrender yourself to eternal peace. But no, you choose the harder path. You are bold, courageous. This being so, I grant my power unto you. Go forward and accept your destiny.
As a result of receiving the Wind Crystal's blessing, Seth can now perform special abilities. Yay! We're gonna get a tutorial on that in the boss fight.
What just happened?
What was that light?
A revelation. The crystal's blessing. And that can mean only one thing. Thou art one of us. A hero of light.
I shall show no mercy.
You are ready to suffer, I hope.
Oh, we can turn battle speed back to normal now. Yeah, I like that. This one's on the house, but normally you have to satisfy conditions to get the special attacks. Which, again, Shade is used to because that's the way they worked in Bravely Default 1.
You reckon you're pretty tough, don't ya? But you're no match for us, I can tell you that much.
Don't get cocky, Dag.
After the stunt they pulled before? Not likely. I'm gonna make them pay for being so sneaky. I'm gonna make them pay 100 times over.
Dag, that's getting cocky.
Almighty flare! Ooh, right in the soft bits. Burn! Smolder! You didn't like that, did you? Almighty flare!
Oh no, not yet.
Very important. Get the enemy healer down.
Well, he did say it right in the soft bits.
Yep.
To arms.
I thought he was weak to bows. What is he weak to? Daggers? Daggers, I think. And staves. Oh, right. I don't have... I'm so used to... I give Adele Vanguard as her sub job after this fight. And I'm so used to her having it, I was going to try to do crosscut, but she doesn't have it yet. Yeah, that ability.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. And yes, it's risky having everyone completely braved in the middle of a boss fight, but gotta take advantage of the boosted stats from the special attack. And Sir Sloane's here backing us up, so it's not too risky.
And he is doing a shitload of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Even defaulted.
Yep. $113. Oh, good. You're dead.
You got me. You really got me good.
White mages support others with restorative magic, making them invaluable additions to any party. Yes.
Of course.
I mean, who doesn't know what a white mage is by now? And the Vanguard, the tank. Vanguards can protect the party by drawing enemy attention and bearing the brunt of incoming attacks.
We'll get you back for this.
Hey, not so fast.
Sir Sloane! Time to make a swift exit.
No, wait.
Sir Sloane!
You're okay, right?
Tis not, lad. Worry not.
All right, let's get out of here before they come back with more of their friends.
Okay, so you are going to have White Mage as a sub-job. You are going to get White Mage as your main job, Freelancer as your sub. And how did I not put Lunar Powered on him yet? Now, I could just use a teleport stone to get out of here, but I want to fight my way out for more forage opportunities.
Imagine that.
An RPG gamer wanting to grind? No.
Hey, wait up, will ya? What's the matter, Elvis? Can you walk away a bit slower? I'm absolutely jiggered. You know, maybe we should take things a little slower. Not because Elvis can't hack the pace, but because, well, we only just set you free, Gloria. You probably need a little while to get the blood moving through your legs, right? Your concern is appreciated, but I am quite well, thank you. And I find our current pace to be perfectly comfortable. Then you're made of stunner stuff than me. On that I always think a princess is a puppet swords who needs treating with kid gloves. Guess I kinda thought that too. Seriously, what century are you two from? I think should always lead from the front. And thou didst learn thy lesson right well, milady. Yet the fact that friend Elvis doth struggle to maintain our current pace cannot and must not be ignored. Leading from the front is all well and good, but we must also ensure those behind are able to follow. You are correct as always, Sir Sloane. We must slow our pace so that no one is left behind. Would that help Elvis? Well, not as much as a wee stop off at a tavern, maybe, but aye, it's a start. Heh, I reckon I'm starting to sound like a pampered one. Time to up your game, Elvis. Yeah, get your button getter on, man.
I'm sure the actual old man in our party takes offense to that. Sorry, it's a habit. I can't pass a save point without saving. Even though the game is pretty generous with its autosaves. Oh right, I forgot to see if Gloria wanted different equipment.
Okay then.
Another step in the right direction.
Woo! I like what I'm seeing here.
Hooray!
Self-healing is nice too. Well, what I'm really waiting for is the JP up freelancer ability.
That'll definitely be helpful.
Yes. Also JP up and up, which is the one you get when you master the job at level 12.
Oh yeah.
Combine the two and you get like an extra 70% job points, I think.
That's rather a lot.
Yes.
What's the plan?
But it costs 3 passive ability slots between the two of them, so...
Very well.
That is also rather a lot.
Yes. So it is balanced.
Many more battles await us.
But I like it because I like to max out all my jobs.
The wide open gets stuck in.
And especially early when they're dropping a lot of asterisks on us, that takes a lot of work.
Let us continue on our way.
Okay. She wanted to change her hat, that was it.
We have the upper hand.
Here I go.
Allow me.
Oh, what's next? I wonder.
A new spell unfair. What's the plan?
Okay then. You guys are good at this.
There's no way we're
Really? That didn't count as behind him?
Here I go.
Alright then. Allow me.
You right?
Our quest must go on. Ha! Let's strike while the iron's hot.
I love how monsters will not turn corners when they're running away from you. They'll just run straight into a wall.
Let me see.
Right, let's see. Did you see that? I'm amazing.
To quote Gladiolus, the only thing that amazes me is your ego.
The wide open gets stuck.
Guess it's my turn.
Allow me.
Okay, what's the plan?
Still standing. Crikey, we're actually pretty tough.
We've got the upper hand, guys.
I mean, if it's gonna wander right into my path. True.
Here I go.
To arms.
Shit, that was a good set of forages. Tent and 3 potions. Yeah.
Crikey, we're actually pretty tough.
It doesn't look like Dag and Selena came back this way. We should be okay for now.
They'll not pose much of a threat without their asterisks anyway.
I must take this opportunity to make a report to His Majesty. He will wish to strengthen the city guard.
I will join you. Thank you all so much for coming to my aid.
Hey, don't mention it. You did the same for me once, remember?
Aye, and with 2 shiny new asterisks to show for our efforts.
Oh, before you go, Sir Sloan, I wanted to ask you about what you said back there. About the crystal's blessing?
Ah, but of course. 'Tis a matter of great import, yet one which, alas, will not suffer a brief explanation. Perhaps we might speak of it upon my return.
Sure. I can wait.
You are a gentleman.
Alrighty. How about us lot go about our business as well and meet back at the inn? I've a few things to take care of myself.
Don't you mean a few pints to take care of yourself? Yep. Yep. Let's see, there's only one side quest available at the moment. I like this, that pulling out to the panoramic view shows you where the inn, the shop, and side quests are.
That's very handy.
Because otherwise, I probably would never have come up here. And this is a very important side quest.
Are you all right now, ma'am?
Hmm? Oh, it's you. You really saved my skin back there, you know. I'll have to think of some way of paying you back.
Oh, there's no need for anything like that.
I won't hear of it. Imagine a debt like that left unsettled. But what to give you? Hold on. You're a sailor, aren't you?
I am. How did you know that?
Well, you could hardly be anything else, dear. Right, come along with me. I've got something to show you. Here you go. A little boat to say thank you.
A boat? Oh, no, ma'am. It's too much.
Nonsense. I want you to have it. I don't get much use out of it at my age, anyway. And besides, the old girl would prefer to have a handsome young fellow like you at the helm, I'm sure.
You're right about her being old. But she's in great condition from what I can see.
She's wonderful, isn't she? And sturdy as anything, too, I can promise you that. Not ocean-going sturdy, perhaps, but fine as long as you don't stray too far from shore. What say you hop on board and give her a whirl?
All right. You've convinced me. Don't mind if I do?
That's the spirit. Who knows what awaits over the horizon, eh? Or who you might meet.
So this is the first time exploring where it speeds things up a little bit. Normally it would take an hour or two to get this much, maybe even the full 3.
Well,
or several hours if you're on the Switch.
Beautifully. She sails like a dream. Which is why I can't accept your offer. She's too good to just give away.
I'll be just a moment.
Okay.
Fine. If it makes you feel better, how about I lend her to you instead? I'll look after her, and you give me a shout whenever you want to take her out. Just come and find me and say the word. It's really no trouble, dear.
Well, I guess that would work. Thanks.
Right, then. I suppose I'd better be heading back to town.
Okay, ma'am. Oh, try to steer clear of any monsters this time.
I'll do my best.
Easiest side quest to complete ever. So the way the exploring works on the PC is that based on the time you're playing the game, you're out exploring up to 3 hours at a time. And you come back and you get the items like it just showed us. Let's see. Try to bring her more in line with the rest of us. And definitely Gloria. So yeah. Oh yeah, and let's hit the shop. Alright, and just a moment while we wait for Shade to get back to advance the storyline. We'll be right back with you, folks. Alrighty.
Firstly, I would like to thank you all once again for rescuing me. And since you went to such great lengths on my behalf, I feel it is only right that I introduce myself and my situation properly. My name is Gloria. I am, or at least was, the Princess of Musa. It has long been the duty of those of my line to see that the 4 crystals are kept safe, in order that the calamity known as the Night's Nexus might be kept at bay. Unfortunately, the crystals were stolen, and 3, those of fire, water, and earth, remain unrecovered. Various disturbances across the land would seem to suggest that the calamity grows closer with each passing day.
You mean like the flooding people have been talking about? And the waves that sank my boat?
Precisely. I believe it is only a matter of time before the Night's Nexus is unleashed. And the only way to prevent this from happening is to restore the crystals to their rightful place.
This being so, dear friends, might we importune upon you to aid us in their recovery?
Sir Sloane, we cannot presume to expect the help of others in matters that it is Musa's duty to resolve.
Though I apprehend thy reluctance full well, my lady, 'tis plain that if we are to fulfill our duty, we shall be in need of allies. Capable allies. Our recent travails could not have given clearer proof of that. And what allies could be more capable than those who can count among their number one blessed by the very crystals we seek?
Even so, we cannot simply assume that they will be willing to become entangled in our affairs.
I'd say we're pretty wrapped up in them already, wouldn't you?
May we take this to mean that we can count upon thine aid?
Well, it's not like there's any place else I need to be. And besides...
Yeah, who are those?
Huh? Oh, no, it's nothing.
You're not believing us behind either. 2 may be company. That crowd's just what I need right now.
Oh, don't say you're getting bored of me, Elvis.
As if I'd ever even think something like that. Seriously though, we've a good reason to be coming along for the ride. Those last Asterisks we got our hands on helped me read a little more of Lady Emma's old book. And from what Sir Sloane was saying, it sounds like our crystal thieves all have Asterisks of their own. So, if we join you on your little adventure, I reckon my favourite special stones will be falling into our laps left and right. And you'll also have our expert help to call on. Everyone's a winner!
Well, far be it from me to contradict the man who pays my wages. As long as we keep moving, I'm happy.
Aye. Remind me why that is again?
I'm looking for my sister. She disappeared from our village. And I don't really have any idea where she might be. And I need to earn a living if I want to keep searching, so sticking with you is my best option. For now.
Oh, aye. That was it, eh? Right. Well, here's hoping we find her soon.
Thanks.
I just had a horrible thought.
That we are all of the same mind. What thinkest thou,
yeah.
lady?
Very well. Your kindness is greatly appreciated. I would be honored if you were all to join us.
Alrighty. Oh, now that's settled. Let's head to the tavern and seal the deal over a wee drinky, shall we?
You really love the tavern, huh?
And what exactly is wrong with that, eh? A quest begun without a little send-off ceremony's no quest at all as far as I'm concerned. Ha ha!
Sleep escapeth thee too, I see.
Huh? Oh, hi there, Sir Sloane.
I had hoped that I might have a chance to speak with thee. 'Tis mostly of matters long since past, but wouldst thou be so good as to humour an old man? I too was once favoured with the blessing of the Wind Crystal. To think that half a century has passed since that day.
Wait, you were?
Indeed. And having been so favoured, I did set out with a band of stalwart companions in search of a means by which the Knight's Nexus might be defeated. One among whom was King Godric, Princess Gloria's own grandfather. I shall never forget the experiences we shared, not as long as I live. Hither and yon we journeyed, righting wrongs and vanquishing injustice. In time, we came to be known as the Heroes of Light. Ah, such fond memories.
So you were a hero of light. Didn't you call me the same thing?
Indeed I did. Thou didst jolt me most jarringly back into my past, boy, I must admit. To think that it has been 50 years, and that now, after all this time, the blessing of the Wind Crystal should fall upon one such as thee. It pleases me more than words can say. Thou art mine heir. Thou art the one the crystal hath chosen to take my place. This being so, I must ask that thou swear by thy life to protect Princess Gloria, as I myself once swore to protect all those of her line.
Of course.
Then it is settled. Now, away with thee to bed. We rise with the dawn.
And with that, I think that is a perfect spot to end this episode. So, thanks for watching. Do the liking and the subscribing and all the YouTube things.
Morning.
And we will pick up with this in our next episode. So yeah, have a good one, everybody. Bye.